Why does it feel like you're doing everything right with your money, but somehow you're still stuck? You're not out buying sports cars or designer clothes. You're just living life. A few subscriptions here, a small payment plan there, maybe a buy now, pay later because it's interest-free anyway. Nothing feels dangerous in the moment, until you check your bank account and wonder where it all went. Here's the truth. Most people don't go broke from one big, irresponsible decision. They go broke from the small, harmless-looking financial traps that were designed to be invisible. Traps that don't even feel like spending, but it's these exact traps that companies want you to fall into, because that's how they guarantee you keep paying them every single month. And you want to know what's the scariest part? These traps are now built into everyday life, into your apps, bank, shopping habits, even your goddamn coffee routine. These traps work because they don't feel like spending. Your brain is wired to notice big payments. When you hand over $500, it hurts, right? But $5 a week? $12 a month? That flies under the radar. Companies know that if they make payments small, automatic, or delayed, you'll say yes without thinking twice. And when you don't physically hand over cash, when it's Apple Pay, Auto Renew, or Tap to Buy, your brain barely registers it as money leaving. It feels harmless, almost invisible, and that's not an accident, it's design. Once you understand that, the rest starts to make sense, and the first trap is one every single one of you is familiar with. Subscriptions are one of the easiest traps to fall into because they don't feel like real spending. $5 for music, $10 for streaming, $3 for extra storage. Tiny amounts that don't hurt. But one subscription turns into 5, then 10. And suddenly you're paying more every month for things you barely use or even remember signing up for. The worst part is they're automatic. You don't choose to pay each month. It just disappears from your account quietly. And companies design it that way on purpose. Free trials that auto-renew. Small upgrades you forget to cancel. Monthly fees that never end unless you force them to. You remember signing up for Netflix or any streaming service? Free trial. Start now. But oops, you gotta put in your card info first. Sorry. They make it like that on purpose, so that when the free trial ends, your subscription starts without you having to do it manually, easily taking your money for that month. It's not the single $10 charge that hurts. It's 10 different $10 charges you never notice. And once it's normal, it becomes part of your routine, which is exactly what makes it so hard to break. Buy now, pay later also sounds harmless. No interest, no credit card, just split the cost into a few easy payments. An offer so good, it may as well solve world peace. It feels like you're being smart with money. But that's the trap. You're not paying less, you're just paying later. And because it doesn't feel like a real purchase, you buy more than you normally would. Think of it like this. You do a buy now, pay later, in total worth of $1,000 spread out across 5 months, $200 a month. On its own, it's fine, but you forget something along the way. Every month, you still have to buy other stuff. You gotta feed yourself, give your car fuel, keep the lights on. The problem isn't one payment plan. It's 3, 4, 5 of them stacked at the same time. A hoodie here, shoes there. A gadget you didn't really need. Each one only takes a small amount from your account, but together they quietly eat your future paycheck before it even arrives. You don't feel the pain now, but you feel it when all the payments hit at once. And suddenly, you're broke before the month even begins. And if that wasn't enough, companies found an even smarter way to make you spend more, without ever asking you to. They don't offer you payment plans or interest-free deals. They offer you rewards, points, cash back, free coffees, VIP status, And it all sounds like you're winning, but in reality, you're just being trained to spend more. That's exactly why loyalty programs make you feel like you're getting a deal. Buy 9 coffees and get the 10th free. Hit gold status and get exclusive perks. It feels like saving money, but only after you spend money first. Then you realize, what the hell did I need 9 coffees for in the first place? The psychology is simple. You're no longer buying because you need something. You're buying because you're close to a reward. You don't want to lose progress. It feels like quitting a game right before the final level. And that's the trick. You're not collecting points. You're being guided to spend more often, more regularly, and with less hesitation. Stores aren't rewarding loyalty. They're monetizing your habits. There's another trap that doesn't show up as a new payment, a subscription, or even an app notification. It shows up in your groceries, your takeaway meals, your favorite snacks, and you barely notice it happening. It's called shrinkflation and skimpflation. Now, I know these words sound made up, but let me explain. Shrinkflation is simple. The price stays the same, but the product gets smaller. The bag of chips has more air. The cereal box has less cereal. Your chocolate bar quietly loses 10 grams. Same price, less value. And because the number on the receipt doesn't change, your brain doesn't see it as spending more, but you are. Then there's skimpflation, where companies don't shrink the product, they shrink the quality. Slower delivery, worse ingredients, cheaper materials, smaller portions at restaurants. You're still paying the same, sometimes even more, but getting less in return. They don't raise the price, they lower the standard. And the reason these traps work is because they don't break your budget in one big hit. You actually don't even notice it happening most of the time. They just slowly erode what your money can buy. And yet, with all these traps, lifestyle inflation is by far the worst one. It's when every time you start earning more, you start spending more too. You get a raise, and suddenly the cheap coffee becomes Starbucks. The old phone becomes the newest one. Takeaway becomes normal, not a treat. It feels harmless, even deserved, but your bank account stays just as empty as before. You don't feel richer because your lifestyle rises at the same speed as your income. The numbers in your paycheck go up, but your savings don't. And that's how people can make more money every year and still feel stuck. Escaping these traps isn't about never spending money. It's about knowing where your money is going before it's gone. Because if you don't track it, you can't control it. Start by knowing what's on autopay, subscriptions, BNPL payments, renewals. If money leaves your account without you noticing, that's not budgeting, that's leaking. And if you don't already have a system to track everything, that's exactly why services like Digital Vault exist. An online platform where you can download tools like expense tracking spreadsheets to manage your money properly. No apps that overcomplicate things. No subscriptions. Just a simple system you own and you control. Because once you can see your money clearly, you can finally take it back.